value of breastfeeding, particularly for the first 6 months of a baby's life, has been at the center of the discussion of child development. Every year, breastfeeding is celebrated globally to highlight its importance. And this year, the focus is on breastfeeding and the workplace, celebrated under the theme, Breastfeeding and Work, Let's Make It Work.
Who will make it work? It has to be us. It has to be us, the ones who know, who have the information, I won't say the education, but who have the information, and therefore, as leaders in the community, have the responsibility to share that information. Because many times, as I said, we take things for granted. We assume that because she's a lady and she got pregnant and she has a baby, she knows how to breastfeed. Wrong premise. Many times, the details, the benefits are not known. And as a result of that, there are many other reasons, but as a result of that, of little sensitization, breastfeeding is not extended. They would give it at a hospital because Calhushna would not accept bottles, so they would give it there and they go home 1 day, 2 days, but it disappears. That's a reality.
And one of the ways that the Ministry of Labor is promoting breastfeeding is looking at how it can be encouraged in workplaces.
That requires some additional legislation and some work, not necessarily to force compliance, but to encourage compliance, so that there will be facilities, or should be facilities, to allow mothers who are working to be able at the same time to continue to serve their children and breastfeed their children. Of course, given the state of the economy, many employers will say, well, we can't afford the time off. Sometimes there are mothers who live far away. Transportation is a problem. It may mean that they have to stay home. All sorts of things has to be worked out. But the aim is to work towards getting there. That is the bottom line of this workshop. So if we can move to that and inject some funds in the various businesses to have a child-friendly space, I think it would be a great improvement to the workplace.
Like the workplace of working mom Kim Vasquez, it's very important for her to breastfeed her baby. She shares what it's like to have an enabling work environment.
My baby is 6 months old and I returned to work when she was 4 months. And for me, my experience has been very positive. I work at the National Institute of Culture and History at the Belize Center, and my workplace, I am very fortunate, has been very supportive. They've been very enabling, and I think every mom, one of the things that's always on her mind is job security, and what is it going to be like, especially for a first-time mom like myself returning to the workplace. There's always an element of stress, there's always some fear, and when you have a workplace that is supportive, it takes a load off your shoulder, and you don't have to be worrying as much, and being able to be given a quiet place, a clean place to express breast milk for my baby, being given extended lunch hour to go home and reconnect with her and nurse with her, that has been tremendously helpful to me, and it's allowed me to continue to breastfeed her, and that was my goal. You know, I had a goal as a mom. I knew I wanted to breastfeed my baby, and my job is not the usual desk job. For those of you who know the type of work we do at the Belize Center as program officers, for example, we had the summer camp going and we're running around doing different things. And so when you have a workplace that is considerate of that and gives you the flexibility to be a mother, you know, you feel empowered.
And encouraging breastfeeding in workplaces, especially during those critical first months, can yield many benefits, from public health to social and economic.
And seeing how this could be promoted and supported at the level of workplaces. My personal expectation is that the information shared today will serve to change the mind of Belizeans. Belizeans at all levels, at the levels of management, at the level of operations, at the level of encounters in the medical care setting, at the private and public setting, and of course at the level of community services. The significance is great, and many times parents and employers have no clues as to the impact on the child when breastfeeding does not receive the necessary attention it deserves. If no breastfeeding occurs, it is very, or if it is very limited, the infant will not have the opportunity to receive the antibodies from the mother that will protect him or her against infections that can be as as simple in quotes from upper respiratory tract infections to meningitis or other infections that can lead to the death of the child.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andra.